All right. We got to talk about this. Now, here's okay. So here's the thing. I was going to wait till Saturday Night Hypnosis to talk about this because last week I was not on Saturday Night Hypnosis. And there was a conversation that was being had about Abu Bakr Saleem. And we're just going to refer to him as Saleem. All right. There were some things that were said that caused a stir up on Twitter. And a lot of us who wasn't even there got wrapped up into it. I saw last night Cassie had to address some comments. So let's go ahead and play this clip. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's just play it and see what we're saying.
Well, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, if you begin in the opening seconds of your video by trying to denounce the idea that your being black has anything to do with it, it only makes it look more like it has everything to do with it. That's,
right.
that's all I was going to say.
No, that's what I did earlier.
Like that.
Sing us the song, you're the colored man.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, there's two of them.
It was one of our goals.
So there's that. Where's the one?
Games.
The
Is based
this
off
isn't the one I wanted to see. This is not the one I wanted to see.
culture, and he's leaning heavy.
Maybe I should go to. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I think this is it.
Didn't matter. Then he was crying.
Should have
and trying
been
to get the
Spear
gun away.
Chucker Studios. It would have made more sense.
Spear Chucker Studios. Hold on.
Didn't matter. Then he was crying.
Should have
and trying
been
to get the
Spear
gun away.
Chucker Studios. It would have made more sense.
Okay. So obviously some comments were made. And now with the whole, Saleem responded to this, it blew up. And ultimately what ended up happening was I believe that Hypnotic's stream got taken down. So here's what we're going to do. And then I was on Twitter defending Saturday Night Hypnosis because I'm on Saturday Night Hypnosis. But there's a few narratives I want to address. First of all, the reason I was defending Saturday Night Hypnosis is because, one, Hypnotic is my guy. And I know that Hypnotic and everyone on there is not racist. Now, that's just how I feel. And so I don't believe in this idea that the stream should have been taken down. They was reporting it, and that's right. I was calling everybody who was reporting it, I was calling them pussy. However, what you will see is that I was defending Saturday Night Hypnosis. I was not defending Ryan. And here's the thing about Ryan. Since I've come on to Saturday Night Hypnosis, Ryan has been an edgelord. That's what he's been from the jump. The only difference between then and now, and here's the thing, I wanted to wait until Saturday Night Hypnosis to talk about this because I wanted to have it while everybody was there. I don't want nobody to feel like, things are being said or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Because I don't know if when I get on Saturday Night Hypnosis, I'm going to have 20 minutes to fill out all of the context about how I feel about it or whatever. So I'm just going to address it here and then we'll clarify whatever needs to be clarified on Saturday Night Hypnosis. There was once a time where Ryan's edginess was actually funny, believe it or not. At some point, in the beginning, there was a time where Ryan would make, racist jokes and it was really funny. It was funny. It may not have been laugh out loud funny, but it was funny enough to interrupt the show for everybody to laugh. As you saw there, nobody laughed. At some point, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he lost his joke book. I don't know. It just stopped being funny. It stopped. It just wasn't funny anymore. And I'm not saying that it wasn't funny anymore because I'm now offended. It just wasn't funny. It got to a point where he would make, racist comments, and I just completely I'm unfazed. I'm unbothered. And here's the thing: everybody else makes racist jokes. Hypnotic makes racist jokes. Will makes racist jokes. Leon makes racist jokes every now and then. It can be funny from him. I make racist jokes. Hell, when Grums was on there, I would make racist jokes about Asians all the time. But for some reason, at some point, Ryan's racist jokes stopped being funny. Now, here's the thing. We have to take some accountability as content creators, right? Just because I'm not offended by Ryan's jokes does not mean my expectation should be that nobody else is offended by his jokes. Now, I will defend his right to make a joke, but here's what we have to ask ourselves. For a comedian, at what point does your non-funny jokes start becoming like, okay, nigga, this ain't joke no more? Because we all do that, right? Like, we say something really offensive and then we go, oh, it was a joke. Okay, what if Dave Chappelle got up on stage and started talking about Jewish people? Like, it just went on a monologue about Jewish people. None of it was funny. And then, like, after we spent 20 minutes of not laughing, we go, hey, yo, Dave, what's up with them comments? Oh, it was just jokes. And he didn't even try to set them up as jokes. He just, the Jews are evil people. Or what if what's his name? Not Bill Murray, Bill Burr. What if he got up on stage and started making jokes about Trump supporters? He went on a 20-minute rant about Trump supporters. Obviously angry, calling Trump supporters racist, fascists, and all of this stuff. And then all the Trump supporters say, hey, Bill Burr, since when did you, what's going on with that? And then he goes, it was just jokes. What I'm trying to get at here is, I think we all know when a joke is being told. I think Ryan was trying to tell a joke. And I think most of his jokes for the past year, that just wasn't funny. But the fact of the matter is, the rest of the world sees that and they're like, nigga, that wasn't no fucking joke. That wasn't no fucking joke. And we have to take some sort of accountability. I'll defend Saturday Night Hypnosis all night long, but am I going to die on the Ryan Roger at they heel? I can't do that because he's a grown man. He knows what he's doing. He's being edgy. And to his credit, it's gotten him, I guess it's gotten him places. I see him do collaborations with people. And I'll defend his right to free speech. But I'm not finna sit up here I got people on Twitter coming at me like, oh, this is what you stand with. I never even heard the term spear chucker in my life. I've never heard it until he said it. But when he said it, my reaction to that was like, what the fuck did he just say? Spear chucker. It wasn't funny. I get what he was trying to say. And it's like, and then, you got to deal with comments where people are trying to say, because I had a conversation with Saleem. He and I had a back and forth. It was cordial. And I think we came to an understanding. Am I about to be buddied up with him? No. I'm pretty sure he's probably not going to be buddied up with me either. I think what Saleem was trying to say was, well, I reacted Because I told Saleem, I said, listen, I defended your game. I don't think your game deserved the backlash that it got, but unfortunately, you were involved with Sweet Baby Inc. in a way that people just don't like. And that's just what happened. I think you were just a casualty of war. And he said he understood that. But he said that he was receiving comments. He said something about somebody called his game the Nignog game. I ain't gonna lie. When he said that shit, I was like, the Nignog game? Oh shit. So I can understand how that would make him upset. And he said he reacted. And he said he reacted like a human. And I understand that. And being just a content creator who's by myself and I only have me to rely on, or that's relying on me, I can understand how it would be, I would react like that. But when you are the CEO, shouts out to the Raging D-Head for being a member for 4 months. He's been a single mom for 4 months. Shout out to all my single moms out there. I'm going to rename it Single Moms. That's right. We're just going to rename it Single Moms. I know it says Real Ninjas, but we're renaming it Single Moms. But yeah, though. Nignog game is insane. A fucking Nignog game. But yeah, though. So, when you're the CEO of a company, you have to check yourself at the door because there's so many people relying on you. So many lives in your hands. And so I understand where he was coming from. When you come out and you reply and it comes off, when you come out and you make that video and you come off as labeling anybody who didn't play your game racist, you can turn so many potential customers off. Maybe not many, but still every dollar counts. And that was my pushback. And we came to an understanding. He said, hey, I was just being human. I was like, okay, I get that. And that was it. So for people, there's a lot of people who saw that and was like, oh, you're not being hard enough on him. Nigga. And I've said this from the jump, from the conception of my YouTube channel. Anybody who's willing to have the conversation will get at least basic level of respect from me. So that's right. If Alyssa Mercante unblocked me on Twitter and came to me and said, Atreus, I want to have a conversation, I would give her the utmost respect until she disrespected me. Because the fact that you had the cojones to even come and have a conversation is enough for me to treat you with respect. Now, of course, you get basic human level respect. We don't want to basically diss anybody. We don't want to disrespect anybody in their face like that. We don't want to do that unless they give us reason to. But I'm saying that, like, we need to stop playing like there aren't. Like, oh, I didn't even read the super chats. I'm sorry. Trelly C with a $5 super chat, my nigga.
My nigga.
He says, the jokes have to be funny, especially the controversial racial ones. If those jokes bomb, it fails hard. It will come off as corny. Yeah. And coming off as corny is the best you'll get from people like us, because everybody else is coming off as just flat out racist to them, because they almost think you wasn't trying to be funny. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, but yes, I would absolutely give a person, anybody, and the fact that Saleem was willing to have the conversation is enough for me to not jump down bro's throat. Now, anybody else who wants to jump down his throat, pause. I'm not mad. Do what you do. Do what you do. I'm not going to disparage you for doing it. I'm just not doing it. Anyone that wants to have a conversation. Now, the moment you get disrespectful, it's going to be a problem. Like, prime example, I would absolutely have a conversation with what's his name? The Mighty Queef. Mighty Keith, I'm sorry. Talking about being respectful, and then I called the nigga Mighty Queef. I would absolutely have a conversation with that nigga. But the moment he calls me a weirdo in the middle of that conversation, I promise you, I'm going to slap one of that nigga's dreads loose. I'm not playing about it. That's why I always say, and I heard, I saw on Hypnotic Stream where they was having a conversation. It was Ryan Roger Athe and another guy, I don't know his name, where Hypnotic pretty much says once you have to mention physicality, you've lost the argument. And I completely disagree. Because basically the guy was telling Ryan that I don't believe you would say that to somebody's face with somebody in your presence. And actually, I agree with that guy because I don't believe Ryan would have said spear chucker in a room full of black people. There's no way, no possible way. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't believe it. And I do believe physicality means something because I said the moment I started my channel is I don't like these virtual interviews. I really don't. Ask Kata. It took forever to get me to agree to do the show with Kata because I don't like virtual shit. I like shit in person because I believe that when you're in somebody's face talking to them, their behavior is different. There's a lot more respect given when you're in somebody's face. So this, I'm sorry, I don't believe he would have said that in a room with other black people. I don't believe it. Maybe I'm wrong. And again, I don't have a problem with Ryan. You know what I'm saying? As much racist stuff that, you know, Ryan has said on the show, you know, I don't like, not once have I ever came and said, you know, oh, you know, I don't like him saying that or, you know, I don't want to be on the show with Ryan Roger. No, like, shouts out to Ryan. I met Ryan when he made a video about me being a rising star. I respect that. I like that. I appreciate that. And I still appreciate that. Again, me not being black pill, I genuinely believe he's just trying to be a funny edgelord and the joke just didn't hit. But like I said, we got to take some personal accountability. Right now, Saturday Night Hypnosis took a lot of heat because it appears as though to them we're platforming a white supremacist. And it's like, well, bro, as a joke, we literally call him the resident like Klansman. As a matter of fact, remember I told y'all I was writing a show called Diversity University? This is funny. Watch this. I'm writing a show called Diversity University. I'm so glad that's one of the positive things now that I'm down to one job. I have more time to work on my scripts and my books and things like that. In Diversity University, remember the concept of this show is that there's a town full of diverse people, but they're all secretly like, they fit all the stereotypes. They're all racist. They're all prejudiced, whatever the case may be. One of the families that live on the street of, you know, where all the families it's a sitcom, right? So we follow multiple different families. One of the families that live on the street is a family called the Klansmans. They're literally called the Klansmans. The joke is that their last names is the Klansman. It's Mr. and Mrs. Klansman. And they walk around all the time in white hoods. The husband, the father, the kids have on Klansman outfits. The dog runs around with a white hood on. And on the first episode of this sitcom, two of the black kids walk by and they see the Klansmen sitting out under their on their patio with beers. And they go, "Hey, how's it going, new neighbors?" And then the black kids are like, "What the hell?" And then the Hispanic and the white kids are like, "Oh, don't worry about those. Those are just the Klansmen." And then the black kids are like, "Why'd you just say that? Like, that's not weird." But get it. They're not racist. There's a scene where all the guys come together, like all the guys on the block come together to watch a football game. All the black families there, the Indian families there, the Venezuelan families there, the white families there, and the Klansmen are there. And and everybody's acting normal. Like nobody thinks it's weird. The Klansmen are there in full-blown Klansman outfits talking about football. This shit's gonna be fucking hilarious. So to me, it's funny. It's funny. Him being the local Klansman on the show is funny. It's just, unfortunately, he hasn't been funny lately. And I'm not saying that to disparage him. It's the facts. And so when he gets clipped like that, I'm not about to get on Twitter going at it with everybody trying to defend him. Make fun of your jokes. But we gotta take some personal accountability. We gotta understand that. I don't know this for a fact. I think because the show got taken down the way that it did, I think Hypnotic is probably going to want to tone it back a little bit. Because while I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about getting demonetized, you don't aim to get demonetized. And so, that's just my 2 cents on that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my 2 cents on that. You know, I don't have a problem with, you know, anybody making any sort of comments. It's just like when you make the comment and it ain't funny, understand people are gonna clip that, and you know, because at the very least, if that gets clipped and everybody thinks it's funny, no harm, no foul. We laugh, we move on, we call everybody snowflakes, and we move on. But it wasn't funny. It just wasn't funny. So there's that.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.